So good evening, and you are all welcome to IPC's press conference geared towards addressing questions affecting the match we'll be having on Saturday, 26th May 2024. On Sunday, 26th May. So I'm here with the coaches of IPC, and they'll be introducing themselves briefly before we take questions.
I'm Fred, assistant coach.
Namel, head coach.
Seth Martin, junior assistant coach.
Okay, so these are the coaches we have. So on Sunday, we'll be facing El-Wak Wings, the famous El-Wak Wings, and we are expecting a very lively match, and hence the press conference. We are also expecting questions. We are proudly sponsored by Jibu Ghana, as you can see, and as we've been mentioning on our various social media channels and all of that. So without much ado, we would... Okay, so I'll ask the coach to give us a brief intro about the team and then the debut we are expecting coming Sunday.
Okay, so I'm going to start with this week's training session. I think, but for the rain that we had on, was it Wednesday or Tuesday, we have had a good training session. We have mapped up strategies that we will use to face El-Wak Wings on Sunday. And yes, training has been good this week. We've had a couple of injuries over the week. Aaron is a big doubt for the match on Sunday. Apart from him, we've had a few knocks here and there, but everybody should be fine for it. We had an absence with our captain on our last match with Air Force. John wasn't around, and we missed him dearly. And I can assure you that John is back on Sunday, and for me, he's number one on my team sheet. I call him first before I call any other person. I'll touch a little bit on the lessons we have learned so far from the matches we have played. We have played Fire Service, we have played Air Force, and I think we have Pioneers too. With the civilian teams that we played, I think we did pretty well. We weren't that bad. We learned lessons from there, and we took those lessons into our Air Force game. Unfortunately, our Air Force game didn't go well. We had a few glitches because our captain wasn't around. We didn't have an authority in the match. So that is what we are trying to work on. I'll touch briefly again on ins and outs during the transfer season. We've had at least 3 people leaving the team to join other teams. Kwejo Asare, and then Kofi. But yes, we've been able to replace them with very capable hands too. So we are good to go. Okay, what else is there to touch? Yes, so I think that's about all for the short briefing. So I would just ask if there are any questions around. You can ask and then I address them. Thank you.
Okay, so I see a hand up. A question, please.
Okay, my name is El-Wak. You made mention of Kojo Asarimadi and who we popularly call Was. If you look at the leadership of Kojo, he was the former captain of the team. Was is also an experienced player who has played for the team for more than 5-6 years, or close to 10 years. How do you think the new players who are replacing them will take up the leadership roles that have been left behind by those two players. And then in terms of injuries, we know that Prince Amate was hurt about a week ago. How is his injury situation like? Is he getting better? And when do we expect to see him play again? Thank you.
You're welcome. So,
Okay, so I'm going to touch on the leadership and absence of Kwadwo, who has been very instrumental in putting up a good face on the court. So Kwadwo is out. He was a middle blocker. And then Was, who was our Libro, is also out. In their absence, we have replaced Kwadwo with John as the captain. So John is now our new game captain. Was, we have had a good replacement for Was in the person of Eric, who is now a new. John, over the past seasons, I think 2 or 3 seasons, has shown very good leadership skills and has learned a lot from Kwadwo and then Banks. So we decided to give the captaincy to John because he's able to control the court whenever he is part of the game. And then on injuries, Amate Aaron, he had
Amate
Prince.
Adore.
Amate Prince. Oh, okay. So Prince has been absent for a while. He hurt his knee a while back. He has started light training, and we'll talk to our doctors tomorrow to see if he is able to make the match day squad on Sunday. Aaron has been out for a while, and he will be out of Sunday's game. It's a doubt for Sunday's game. So that's about it for injuries and then our new captain. Thank you.
Yeah, so thank you very much. Is there any other question?
Yes, thank you very much. I think we are making a headway. My question goes to the coach. Last match, you lost, and you lost woefully. What are the strategies you have put in place to face El-Wak wings? Because I think last year they beat you. So coming to your home ground, what are the strategies you put in place to knock them out? That's my first question.
All right, so I think Coach Fred would start for us.
Okay, so I'll try and tackle this question too. As I said earlier in my briefing, the game against Air Force was quite bad. We lost our leadership in the game. We lost our strategy. We didn't go by our strategy. So that is what we've been working on throughout this week's session. I cannot sit here and tell you the strategy we are going to use against our opponent, but I can only tell you that we have worked and learned our lessons from the Air Force match, and then we are mapping a new strategy to face El-Wak wings. Over the years, the rivalry has been between, the civilian rivalry has been between IPC and then El-Wak wings. It started well for us, where we were almost always beating them. For the last 2 to 3 years, they have had an upper hand, and then so that is what we are doing. It's really IPC against El-Wak when it comes to the civilian match, and their main focus after the security service, because we see them as our main challenges when it comes to going up the ladder to maybe a second position or a third position. So yes, this week we have gone through a lot of sessions, strategies, And we hope we can stick to it, because it is only the strategy and it is only the rehearsals that we have done on our court. And they are also coming to our home ground, so we have that advantage too. If you know Presbyterians, they support their own, so we are looking to use the support from our fans also to gear us into that match, so we can win. Thank you.
Okay. My last question also has to do with the new set of volleyball players we have. I have observed IPC volleyball team from the previous years. Last year we had a very strong, formidable team, but this year I've seen a lot of new players who are training, young ones. I want to ask, do you have hope in these young ones that the team has recruited, and who should we keep our eyes on as of now? Thank you.
Welcome. So Coach Seto, once again, take that.
Okay, thanks for the question. I think I should have put that in my briefing to stop you from asking me that question, but yes, I'll try and answer that too. We are still in the rebuilding stage. Some time back, let's say 2 to 3 years back, we had a very stable and strong team. Fortunately or unfortunately, we had people leaving to better positions and better places, so to put it. So we have recruited in the new ones, and we have put them through the test. We have put them through the last 2 years that we haven't played the ladies team, is to recruit very young ladies, and then we are trying to train them and then instill the volleyball that IPC has in them. So yes, they always use one strategy. Every team that we fill and know what they are capable of. We are going to use our block on Sunday to beat El-Wak in place.
All right.
Okay, so my last question.
Okay.
It has to do with the. Are there new strategies that you are?
It has the IPC way. We've had players coming in and they have learned volleyball in their own way, so not the IPC way. So these new players who are coming forward, we are teaching them the IPC way. We are teaching them how to defend, and we are teaching them how to attack. So yes, we have taught them a lot this week, and then we have put all these strategies into play. So yes, we have a strategy to beat our opponents on Sunday. In sports, in anything that you do, whatever strategies you put in place, be sure that your opponent will also be bringing a counter one. So yes, we will change our game if our strategy isn't working, and we hope that our strategy works, because if it works to perfection, they are taking 3 straight. Thank you.
Thank you. So there are no further questions. We would like to say a big thank you to all those who have joined us, both here and then online. And once again, this has been IBC's first press conference, and we are proudly sponsored by Jibu Ghana. So until next time, see you on Sunday, 26th